President Biden's move to withdraw from the 2024 election via a post on X has got a lot of people buzzing about the weight social media carries these days. We spoke yesterday about Harris's team reaping the benefits by hopping on the viral brat trend. And we're not going to get into that again. But there are also big risks. Just take a look at the impact of Bud Light's controversial online marketing collaboration last year. The brand ended up losing its spot as the top U.S. beer. It also leads to the question, do companies and public figures generally need to be more careful with their social media accounts and personas? One of our next guests says it's taken companies way too long to realize just how important running a successful social media page really is. For more, let's bring in Tony Ponturo, CEO of Ponturo Management. And Tony, what did it tell you? I mean, we all thought Twitter in some ways was a platform somewhat dormant, maybe a little bit off its heyday, although they always insisted engagement was still at all-time highs. Then the president uses the platform to put out his notice that he won't be seeking re-election. And now it feels like it's as or more essential than ever.
Yeah, I think, it's sort of unfiltered media. I mean, social media has become sort of the people's platform. It's sort of a direct message. What he did was sort of be non-political in a way, even though X, the old Twitter can sometimes have controversy, but it was sort of, let me get this message out without sort of picking sides of a traditional broadcaster, if you will.
Right.
And I think we've all seen the power of the social media and how it sort of takes a life of its own and really has this everlasting life in many respects, which is what happened with my old company and Bud Light, is they sort of didn't anticipate the breadth and reach and continued conversation that it brings on social media.
Are joining the conversation as well, Lulu Chang-Meservey, founder of Rostra. No pressure, Lulu. I don't know if this is your first TV appearance, but I think you've captured it better than many, and pointing out the importance of feeling like social media is your first and most important and direct presence and contact with the audience and with the broader public.
Well, thanks for having me. Not that everybody lives in their own separate bubbles. Social media is one way to make sure that your message doesn't get refracted through someone else's bubble. I think one complaint consumers of news have often is they feel like they're hearing different stories depending on what outlet they go to. And so this is a way to hear it from the horse's mouth. I think that's one reason why the Biden team chose to post first on X with the big news on Sunday.
Now, Lulu, you put out your opinion about leaders needing to take the job of posting to platforms like X, I still want to call it Twitter, more seriously. Elon Musk, I think, responded saying leaders should post directly and not have an intermediary do it. But I'm not sure CEOs should be taking social media advice from Elon Musk, right? Because he's kind of a singular person. He gets in trouble or has gotten in trouble a lot for the way he posts. But what do you think? What did you think of that response? Can and should other leaders, whether they're CEOs or government leaders, just, tweet stuff out on their phones without anybody else looking at it or strategizing around it?
It's a really good question. And I think absolutely yes, because what we're seeing is the mistakes and the gaffes, and we pay a lot of attention to that. But if we consider the entire package, on one side is occasional mistakes and gaffes, and they can be very painful. They can be embarrassing in the moment. On the other side, if you take someone like Elon, he has grown an absolutely massive following. With that comes leverage. With that comes power. With that comes freedom. And the other thing to note is when people get mad at him, they're getting mad at him now for things he's actually said. I would rather, maybe this is a personal preference, I would rather people get mad at me for my own mistakes and own those than to have people get mad at me for something that isn't accurate and that I didn't actually say and was paraphrased wrong.
Okay.
And so I think the two factors are the leverage and the power that he's gotten, even at the expense of some of those mistakes, makes it all worth it. And secondly, the mistakes are at least his own and not some other person.